All right, y'all. So what's up? This is the real DJ Red. I'm here late night at the warehouse. Again, getting some stuff in. Now, let me explain this dilemma here. What I use for my passive system, let's say roughly around 800, 1,000 people or whatever. As far as the full range cabinets, I use these Alto SX215 Touring series, or Tourmax rather. That's what they got on the back of it. Now, I'm going to put the link down below. I'm going to make sure I do it on this video. On here, they have it listed as a 4-ohm box. The only way that that could be possible, and it has 215s in there. So there's a lot going on that they advertise, and it is not so. Let me not sit on this. It is not so. When I bought these boxes, the guy told me, yes, it's a two-way box. It's dual 15, 1-inch driver. Here's the facts on it. And anyone who want to challenge me on it, be my guest. I will do another video and break this whole thing down for you. This is a bunch of bullshit, bunch of lies, plural. This is a 3-way box, and it does not read 4 ohms. It is a 2-ohm box. These are 4-ohm 15s in here. So I'm going to post this video, but tomorrow morning I will be calling Alto at their corporate office, and they're going to have to explain to me how is this a 4-ohm box. I've tested this thing several different ways. I could take the whole thing apart because technically, yes, it's not in a warranty anymore because I've had it for a couple of years. Not knowing when I was playing all of my analog amps before, let's go back to the Behringer EP 2500s, analog amps. Never had a problem with them. Couldn't figure out why they were heating up so much, but fine. Went to some bigger amps, the Sound Barrier 4000s, the 5000s. Still didn't have a problem with it. Why? Because they were analog amps. When I started switching over to the digital amps, had the Behringer NU6000, which they are 4-ohm amps. Couldn't figure out why the amp was cutting out. I had 2 Behringer 6000s, one playing 2, which was left side, and another one playing 2, which was the right side of the stage. Just picture that. Couldn't figure out why they were cutting out. I left the Behringers alone, thinking that there was something wrong with the amps. I went all the way back to an old school QSC that they are discontinued, the QSC EX4000s. Now, when I really realized that there was something wrong was, I believe it was last year, July 4th weekend, and I had these. You guys can go back to my videos and check. I had these on the back of a trailer during the Key Biscayne parade. I had 4 of these on the back with 4 EV ETX powered subs on there. The subs handled it no problem. Kept wondering why the temperature light was coming on the ETX. Was it hot out there? Yes. I even broke it down, and I believe I might have ran 2 ETX on the tops. Couldn't figure out why. It was still heating up out there. At that time there, I'm thinking, if this is a 4-ohm box, I'm running both of the amps at 4 ohms. No, I'm running both of the amps at 2 ohms. And couldn't figure out why the temperature light was coming on. Okay, that was one thing. I left from the QSCs because they were heavy. I went back to digital amps and went to the amps that I have now. Couldn't figure out why they were cutting out. So I said, okay, fine. When I first got these boxes, I noticed that I'm listening to them. You can hear the highs. Matter of fact, let me turn it around so you guys can see. You can hear the horn on there. You can hear the 15. You can hear the other 15. However, this one was playing more of a mid frequency. This one was playing more of a bass frequency. What I did was bypass the crossover and had only the horns on the crossover. I ran these two directly to the NO4s on the back, soldered them on there, and they played extremely loud. Not knowing still that these were 4 ohm speakers in here, not 8 ohm speakers as you would figure most boxes are. These things have damaged my amp not once, not twice. Have caused me problems during a show a couple of times where with the Behringer amps they were going in and out. I didn't know why. I blamed it on Behringer, which Behringer, I apologize for that, but it was these things here. False advertisement. The SX215 Altos Tourmax, they're not 4 ohm boxes. These are 4 ohm speakers in there. So again, tomorrow I'm going to call them. They're going to have to explain to me how they're advertising this as a 4 ohm box when it's 4 ohm speakers in there. I'll put everything back to factory settings. We're putting the speakers back on the crossover, and I've tested it again, and it's still reading 2 ohms. So there's no way possible that this is a 4 ohm box. But again, I'm posting this video. Again, I'm just really frustrated with a lot of these manufacturers that are putting products out there and the stuff aren't working. So expect more for me to get, hear from them. My next move now, if I don't get any results with them, aside from blasting them, I'm going to have to replace 8 15-inch woofers with either 18 sound Eminence or something like that, which now they're going to be a little bit heavier, but at least I know that they're going to be 8 ohms and I can play them all day on the amplifier without a problem. So that's where we're going from there. Again, this is your truly DJ Red. Do not buy the SX215s. They're listed as 4 ohms and they're not. And if you put them on your amps, they will mess your amps up. Especially with me thinking that I'm running 4 of these and it's supposed to be a 2 ohm load. No, I was way down to a 1 ohm load and my amplifiers were not supposed to be doing that. So I'm gonna just leave it at that.